Have you ever heard of the A-10 Thunderbolt II, better known as the Warthog? It's famous for being one of the toughest, most resilient aircraft ever built. But what happens when that legendary toughness is pushed to the absolute limit? Today, we're diving into the incredible true story of Captain Kim Campbell, a pilot who found herself in a life-or-death situation over the skies of Baghdad, and the split-second decisions that brought her home. It's April 7th, 2003. During the initial invasion of Iraq, Captain Kim Campbell, call sign Killer Chick, is flying a close air support mission over Baghdad. She's a member of the 75th Fighter Squadron, the Tiger Sharks. Her job is to protect ground troops, specifically soldiers from the 3rd Infantry Division, who are fighting their way into the city. The battle is intense. The air is thick with smoke, and the constant crackle of radio communication paints a grim picture of the fight below. On the ground, American forces are under heavy fire from Iraqi Republican Guard positions. They need air support, and they need it now. Captain Campbell and her wingmen dive into the fray. The A-10 Warthog is a purpose-built machine for this exact scenario. It's not a sleek, supersonic fighter. It's a flying tank, armed with a monstrous 30mm Gatling gun that can shred armor and fortifications. Its official name is the GAU-8 Avenger, and when it fires, it sounds like the sky is tearing apart. Captain Campbell lines up her first target on the Iraqi military position that's pinning down friendly troops. She unleashes a volley from her cannon, and the ground erupts. But the enemy is ready. As she pulls up from her attack run, the sky lights up with anti-aircraft fire. Traces zip past her canopy, a terrifying web of green and red. She feels a massive, gut-wrenching jolt. It's a direct hit. The whole aircraft shudders violently. Instantly, her cockpit becomes a nightmare of flashing warning lights and screaming alarms. The master caution light is blazing. The plane lurches hard to the left, trying to roll over and dive towards the ground. Campbell immediately understands she's in serious trouble. Her initial thought is that she's lost an engine. But it's much worse than that. She fights the controls, pushing the stick hard to the right to counteract the roll. The plane is barely responding. She looks out at her left wing and sees nothing but shredded metal where her hydraulic lines should be. The explosion had completely severed her hydraulic systems. For a modern jet, losing all hydraulics is catastrophic. Hydraulics are the muscles of the aircraft, powering everything from the flight controls to the landing gear and brakes. Without them, a pilot is essentially a passenger in a multi-ton glider that doesn't glide very well. The A-10 is a special beast, though. Its designers, Fairchild Republic, had a philosophy of extreme survivability. They understood that this plane would be flying low and slow, right into the teeth of enemy defenses. So, they built in redundancy. Upon redundancy, one of these backup systems is something almost unheard of in modern jets: a manual reversion mode. This mode connects the pilot's controls directly to the flight surfaces through mechanical cables. Just like in an old World War II era plane, it's a last-ditch, purely mechanical backup system. The problem: flying in manual reversion is incredibly difficult. The controls become stiff and sluggish, requiring immense physical strength to move. It's a system designed to hopefully get you pointed in the right direction, not for graceful flying. With her plane crippled and trying to flip upside down, Captain Campbell makes a critical decision. She engages the manual reversion system. She has to physically fight the plane every second, using all her strengths to keep it level. Her wingman, Lieutenant Colonel Scott Mungo Johnson, flies up alongside her to assess the damage. What he sees is shocking. Have seen his voice calm but urgent. "KC, you've got significant damage." The tail of her Warthog is riddled with holes. The left horizontal stabilizer is peppered with shrapnel, and one of the engines looks like it's been chewed up. The entire underside of the fuselage it's a miracle the plane is still flying at all. For over an hour, Captain Campbell wrestles with her wounded bird. Her arms are burning, and she's exhausted, but her training takes over. She's not just a pilot, she's part of a team. Her wingman stays with her, talking her through it, providing constant encouragement and updates on the aircraft's condition. The ground controllers are clearing a path for her, and the entire air traffic system in the region is focused on one thing: getting Killer Chick home. Her destination is the airbase where she took off from, but getting there is only half the battle. The other half is landing. How do you land a plane with no hydraulics? No flaps to slow down, no normal steering, and most importantly, no brakes. Even deploying the landing gear is a problem. She has to use the emergency gear release, which is essentially a handle that lets the gear fall down and hopefully lock into place with gravity. As she approaches the base, she begins her checklist for a manual reversion landing. It's a procedure you practice in a simulator, but nobody ever wants to do it for real. You have to fly a very specific, very careful approach. Too fast, and you'll overshoot the runway. Too slow, and you'll stall and fall out of the sky. She lines up with the runway. The ground crew has been alerted. Fire trucks and emergency vehicles are standing by. A grim reminder of how badly this could go. She can't use her flaps, so her landing speed is much higher than normal. She has to fly the plane onto the runway. A delicate dance of throttle and stick inputs. The wheels touch down, but she's not safe yet. Without hydraulic brakes or nose wheel steering, the plane is a runaway train. The A-10 has emergency pneumatic brakes, but they are notoriously finicky and not designed for a high-speed landing. She has to use gentle, careful rudder inputs to keep the plane straight on the massive runway. The Warthog screeches and groans, but it holds together. Slowly, agonizingly, it decelerates. Finally, after what must have felt like an eternity, the crippled jet rose to a stop. She did Italiano. Captain Kim Campbell had flown her battle-damaged A-10 for an hour and landed it safely without hydraulics. When the ground crew finally got a close look at the aircraft, they were stunned. They counted hundreds of holes from shrapnel and anti-aircraft rounds. The damage was so extensive that the maintenance chief said the plane would never fly again. It was a write-off, destined for a museum. Captain Campbell simply climbed out of the cockpit, physically and emotionally drained, but safe. Her story quickly became a legend within the Air Force, a testament to her incredible skill, her cool head under pressure, and the unbelievable toughness of the A-10 Warthog. For her actions that day, she was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, one of the highest honors for aerial bravery. What this story really highlights is the human element in warfare. It's about the years of training that kick in when everything goes wrong. It's about the trust between a pilot and a wingman, and the incredible engineering that went into designing an aircraft to bring its pilot home. No matter what, Captain Kim Campbell didn't just fly a mission. She embodied the spirit of the A-10 and its motto, "Go ugly, early." She flew into the heart of the danger and, against all odds, brought herself and her wounded Warthog back home. It's a powerful reminder that behind the technology and the hardware, it's the courage and resilience of the person in the cockpit that truly makes the difference. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories of aviation history and heroism. See you next time.